Mega Man was released in 1987 for the NES. It is believed that Dr. Wily turned evil after losing to Dr. Light in a game of rock, paper, scissors. What Light didn't realise was that Wily had invited him to join Roblox on March the 18th, 2017, also known as John Doe Day. Light's account got hacked, like 6 Robot Masters got hacked as well, and this set a precedent for the wonderful, totally not difficult, annoying balls annoying Mega Man. Bomb-Man was initially intended to be a demolition robot. However, Dr. Light withdrew from service following the Syrian Civil War, as he thought it was insensitive. His stage is pretty easy, relying on you dodging things, and usually dodging the enemies in Mega Man is the best option. Fortunately, Dr. Light gave Mega Man a secret trick, which you can't actually use in any other game. He can completely stop time, which has the convenient side effect of not destroying your weapon, which you might see come into use later. The actual fight against Bomb-Man is really easy. You just shoot him as he jumps around until he G-checks you, then you have to run away. Repeat this process until he can't stop himself from exploding all over your screen. Gutsman was Bomb-Man's day one. His level takes place in Bosnia, proven by the Met enemy, which pops out of the ground and shoots you if you step too close. His level also has these annoying platforms which you fall like a rock off of if you either let the platform flip or you just miss your jump like I did here. It also adds the racist builder enemy, which is something I only thought existed in real life in the United Kingdom. If you've never been to the United Kingdom, don't talk with builders about race politics. They'd probably spout similar opinions to Gutsman. Remember how I said Mega Man can freeze time? Well, if I chuck out a cheeky bomb and then just freeze time, apparently the explosion doesn't go away, and I can fold Gutsman into a pile of intestines. Cutman was invented to be a deforestation robot, which means technically it's more moral to just kill him rather than return him to Dr. Light. I'm going to use this opportunity, because the level's kind of boring and I already played it in the intro, to talk about Dr. Light's Japanese name, which is Dr. Wright, which I find funny and I'm not going to explain why. The actual boss fight against Cutman is one of the easiest in the game as well. Turns out he's such a sensitive little pussy that he can't handle having a brick thrown in his face. The next stage in the weakness order is Electman, who stages hard as Rockman for the NES. There's robots which shoot electricity at you as you climb up ladders. There's walls which shoot electricity at you as you climb up ladders. There's this thing. The one saving grace about Electman's level is picking up this mystery item, which the menu only calls M. What M allows you to do is create a platform with a gun. I don't think it hurts enemies though, which makes it completely worthless. If you haven't yet learnt to freeze time, Electman is one of the hardest bosses in the game. Unfortunately for Electman, I have learnt how to freeze time. So a single rolling cutter is enough to absorb him into a copper pole. Iceman's stage has this water section, and because Capcom were trying to be mainstream when they were developing the game, it means that the water section is an absolute slog to get through. And these annoying enemies, you pretty much can't jump anywhere without taking a little bit of a boo-boo trying to get through to the end of the level. Also, the floor is made out of ice. However, if you jump, your momentum does just stop, so bear that in mind. There's also this annoying section in the level with enemies called footholders. Now, as much as I am jealous that they get to hold feet and I don't, you pretty much shouldn't bother with these, because if you do, you'll probably just fall into the void like I do here. Instead, use useless M to cross the entire gap. You could use the footholders to cross the gap, however you'd have to have half a brain to do that, and since you're here watching this video, I doubt that's all you have. Unfortunately for Iceman, he's weak to the Electman weapon, which is the strongest weapon in the game. Sort of. I think that's about right for one of the hardest levels in the game. It shoots throw up, down, and straight in front of you. Doesn't use any weapon energy, and is very, very hard to avoid for enemies, especially if you happen to know how to freeze time. Fireman has to be the laziest name for any of the Robot Masters in this game. Hell, I used to watch a TV show about a fireman, and he was Welsh and pretty annoying. Not as annoying as that stupid kid Norman though. Hell, I feel bad for Sam, having to rescue Norman from his stupid shit burning buildings down. Like, okay. You don't understand how much this winds me up. Every time he does some arsenic shit, right? He burns a house down, he like puts a sheep in a tree. I can't remember what the show's about, but he gets away with it every single time. Imagine like, if Naughty Norman Price was Horrid Henry, yeah? If he had Horrid Henry's parents, he would have been fucking murdered. He would have been executed by firing squad. They probably would have sent him to Gutsman stage so we could get like Bosnia'd out by those Mets. Anyway, I've been rambling about Fireman Sam for 30 seconds, so I haven't actually talked about the level. Fire. This is one of the few bosses where your time-stopping ability is actually kind of useless. Not because he's difficult or anything, but just because he moves too fast for time to actually stop around it. I'm surprised it isn't the electric boss that's fast, like the fire boss. However, look at that wall of fire. Do you think I'm going to try and dodge that? Yeah, fuck off. See, the thing is about Norman Price, that he's basically just the Caillou of British TV. Think about it, he's an annoying piece of shit with an ugly haircut, it gets away with absolutely everything, and then apparently I'm supposed to think that's okay, I'm supposed to just forgive him. Like, I'm sorry, you fucking bold little prick. Did your little sister's sandcastle bucket again? Oh, cry me a fucking river. You haven't even played Mega Man. You don't know how difficult life really is. You don't know how tough it gets, bozo. And it goes the same with Price. Like, he's never played through Wily 1. He never had to do a second footholder section in the game. Which, by the way, please let me hold some feet. But also, this time Item M is considerably less useful because there's spikes on the ceiling. I'm waiting for Capcom to just make Mega Man 12 where Spike Man is one of the bosses. That would instantly kill any player that goes through. Also, if you forgot to pick up Item M in Elect Man, then good luck getting up this corridor, you literally can't do it. The boss fight in this level is called the Yellow Devil, and unfortunately for the Yellow Devil, once you avoid his entry pattern, freezing time is his weakness. Now watch this drive. So the gameplay that I got for Wily Stage 2 was corrupted, and I don't know how that happened. However, I'm too lazy to go back and play the level again, and also I'm far too lazy to just download gameplay off YouTube. So basically, you refight Cartman, and he's easy because he's weak to the standard Rockbuster, and then you refight Elect Man at the end, and he's also easy because you can freeze time. And then you fight the copy robot, and he's pretty good for a faker, pretty cute too. Wily 3 takes place in a long water tunnel. I don't know what the actual aim of this robot is, like, I don't know the name of the robot, I don't know why it's covered in a bubble, I don't know why it looks like I don't know, a motherboard, and I don't know why throwing a brick at it destroys it. Well, actually, to be fair, that does kind of make sense, but I specifically brick, not like bomb or anything. Anyway, there's like less logical fallacy with this stupid water robot than the fucking Norman Price thing I was talking about earlier, so let's just move on. There's one of those annoying moving platform sections, however, as long as you don't just fall like a grandmother into the spikes, you're going to be fine. This is way easier than the one in Gutsman stage. Be sure to pick up the shuriken, because apparently it does something good for you. The first boss refight is against Bomb Man, and since you have his weakness this time, you can just edge him until he explodes for the final time. Right. Because we're talking about Fireman, let's talk about some more Norman Price lore. Apparently he's called Norbert Puck in the Dutch dub of the show, which, for one, I find it weird that there's a Dutch dub, because, well, it's very Welsh. Honestly, I feel like I would have preferred it if he was called Norbert, because then I'd understand him more. Like, Norman's kind of an ordinary name, like, there's a Pokemon gym leader called Norman, but, like, Norbert, imagine being called fucking Norbert. That's such a long day for you. Look, if I Google Norbert, what's the first thing that comes up? So, Norbert, it's a guy called Norbert Leo Butts. I'm not joking. Norbert Leo Butts. He's an American singer. His first name is Norbert, and his last name is Butts. You can't make this shit up. Anyway, I completely forgot that there's two other boss refights here. Iceman is Cold, and Gutsman is Gutsman. Oh yeah, I've also forgot to mention earlier that Wily probably put Gutsman at the top of the tower because he's obsessed with Gutsman. Let me do some research. Wily obsession with Gutsman. So somebody on Reddit theory crafted that Gutsman is Wily's favourite robot master because he wants to be like Gutsman so he can take over the world. The Gutsman model was super strong and resistant to most attacks. He also has a projectile attack like a large humanoid tank. So that explains why Gutsman exists in Wily Brain. Unfortunately, the boss fight against the Wily machine is kind of anticlimactic because Dr. Light added the time stopping for a reason, to make sure that the incredibly resistant Wily machine couldn't be resisted at all. And now we've finally done it. We've beaten Mega Man. The game. So what do I think about the original Mega Man for the NES? Well, everyone knows Mega Man is cool as fuck. But who knows what he's thinking? Who knows why he shoots lemons? And why do we think of him as fondly as we think of the mythical, non-existent Dr. Light perchance? I believe it was Kant who said, "Experience without theory is blind, but theory without experience is mere intellectual play." Mega Man exhibits experience by crushing guts all day, but he exhibits theory by stating, "It's Mega Man time." Keep it up, baby. When Mega Man leaves his place of safety to stomp a Wily, he knows that he may die, and yet for a man who can purchase lives with money, a life becomes a mere store of value, a tax that can be paid for, much as a rich man feels any law or fine is a price. We think of Mega Man as a hero, but he is simply a 1%er of a more privileged variety. The robot kind, perchance. Anyway, fuck off.